Well, Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers will put his case forward today about a potential trim to the already legislated Stage 3 tax cuts. He'll be giving a speech in Brisbane, where we're joined now by Adam Walters. Adam, good morning. Jim Chalmers is saying he doesn't need the Prime Minister's permission to have his own economic outlook.
That's right, Pete, and the government's insisting there's no U-turn on these tax cuts, but you can't help but sense there's plenty of lane changing going on. It's certainly clear that there's two narratives emerging from the Albanese government on these tax cuts, not scheduled until July 2024. The political narrative of a commitment to Stage 3 is being maintained by the Prime Minister as the good cop, if you like, but Jim Chalmers is clearly embracing the role of bad cop with a pessimistic outlook, refusing to rule out the consideration of global economic factors. He's been leaving no shortage of lines for us to read between, Pete, when he talks of the need for economic responsibility, saying in this very polished statement, complete with alliteration, we must be serious about rebuilding our budget buffers, particularly given the deteriorating global outlook. We'll put a premium on affordable, responsible, sustainable spending, not fancy or flashy, but fair and future focused. And here he is speaking to the same effect yesterday.
We need to make sure we're building our buffers to the extent that we can against what might come at us over the course of the next couple of years, and that we're dealing with these challenges which are before us. And that's the job not just of the Treasurer, but of the government, of the budget that I'll hand down in the course of the next 3 weeks.
An apparently slick argument, Pete, but the opposition, as you might expect, isn't buying a word of it.
All of these expectations and forecasts were built in prior to the election and when the tax cuts were designed and modelled. So it's an excuse to say circumstances have changed. The promise was made. Australians are expecting these tax cuts. And the crab walking away is, as I said, it's pretty ordinary.
So, Pete, all the speculation now is centring on exactly when Anthony Albanese will defer to his Treasurer on the size of these tax cuts. In its current form, the proposed Stage 3 cuts will be the final step in a 7-year process and would be scrapping the 37% bracket that applies to incomes between $120,000 and $180,000, and all earnings between $45,000 and $200,000 would have 30% applied. Other Labor MPs are very nervous about any paring back of the cuts, preferring a bullish outlook. But the Treasurer is insisting that while he respects the differing views of his colleagues, he needs to be realistic about the prospects of the recovery and its time frame, Pete.
And it seems as though he's prepared to lose some political skin over that. All right, Adam, thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.